Okay, what's up, guys? All right, so today we're gonna be working on the section where we will be displaying our recent blog posts. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this particular section here. So basically, we're just gonna have a header and a subheader, and then basically this is going to be where we list the last three recent blog posts that have been logged within the system. So now I know that we haven't started working with Laravel in the backend as of yet, but so for now what we will do is we will just add some static content just to have some structure, and then once we start working with Laravel on the backend, we will then modify this section to display our blog posts or loop through the our blog posts. Okay, so without wasting any more time, let's just get to it. So I already have my project opened up here within what you call it, within VS Code. So let me just close off some of these other pages here. Um, I believe we were still working within the what you call it, template. All right, so right after where it says, if you were following along with what I was doing, right after it says the section where it says features, which is basically um, this particular section here, that's what we were working with the last time. Right here, I'm going to add that blog post section. I'm going to say section. Okay. Right, so I'm going to give it an ID of recent blog post. So I'm going to say recent. And I'm going to press enter. Then we have our div. Okay, so like just like in any other, or just like all the other elements, I'm going to use a container to center all of the elements to the middle of the div. So for that, I'm going to use the Bootstrap class container. Okay, so now what we need to do is add the main header and the subheader of our recent blog post section. So for that, I'm going to give it an h5 tag. Then I'm going to say display 5 dot main font. Then I'm going to say recent blog posts. Then we're also going to add a subheader, which is that over there, and I might as well just copy that text as it is and minimize that. I'm going to give it also an h5 tag and say secondary font, and then paste the tag there. But also I'm going to give it an ID just to make it italic. So remember we created it, we said txt / italics. I hope I got it right. So for now, before we continue, let's just check and see how it looks. So I'm going to refresh, come back down, and there we have it. So now I want to put some padding in our container so that it pushes down the main and subheader. So for that, here on the container, I'm going to say p on the y-axis and then /5. Remember, that's a Bootstrap class. And then come back, refresh, and there we have it. Okay, so now we need to add the cards that are going to be displaying the blog content. So to do this, we're going to create a row, which we're going to use a Bootstrap class called row. And then the second thing is we're going to create 3 more divs with the class of column /sm then 5, and then /4, which is going to give us the which is going to align the three cards there. So let's come back to the IDE. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a row here. Okay, then we're going to say column, right? Okay, so then the div is going to have a column of, while the screen is still 600 pixels, we're going to make it span 4 columns. Otherwise, by default, it's going to span the full width once it's in mobile view. So that's the only class we needed to add there. So now to display the cards, I mean to create these cards, we're going to use another Bootstrap functionality, Bootstrap class, which is going to give us the card functionality. So we're going to say I'm just going to say card. Okay, then we're going to add the card body. Okay, so now for the image to display, um, such as this, within this card that we just added now, this one, at the top of the card body, we need to add the image HTML tag, and then we need to give it the class of card, and then img, and then top. Okay, and then that should be it. So now if you downloaded this project from my GitHub page, if you haven't, it's fine, I'll leave a link in the description below. So if you've downloaded this project, like I said before, there's a folder that I created, which is images, and it has all the images that we're going to be using within this project. So for now, since we're using static data, there's a folder called, there's images, and then there's a folder called blog img, and in there's a number of images that you will find. So for this video, we're going to be using blog image 1, blog image 2, and blog image 3 for our cards. And then, like I said, once we start working on the back end with Laravel, we will be dynamically injecting this content based on what is stored within the database. So on the image tag here, we're gonna create the curly braces and then say asset, curly brace again, and then we're gonna go, oh, by the way, just remember, like I said, when you use this asset functionality, by default Laravel knows to look within the public folder. So the only thing we need to now add is images, then we go into blog image, and then we're gonna select blog image 1. So for that, we'll say images, right, and then we say blog, then img, that's the other folder, and then we're gonna say blog image, and then 1 dot jpg, right, and then the alternative text will just say blog img 1, right, and then so we just, also the other thing is just to add some demo content there. So for now, what we will do is we'll just say let me do this. We are going to add a card title here, right, so we're going to give it an h5 tag, and then we're going to say main font, right, and then we will just say blog content header, right, or title, whichever way you want to name it, and then we're going to put some card text here. So for that, we'll use a p tag and say card text, right? And then because I have an extension here called lorem, all I have to do is say lorem, and then I'll give it about 35 words. Okay, let's put that on new line so that we can see what's going on. I think that's fine. The other thing to add is the button. So right below the card text, we will add a button there. Dot btn dot btn md dot btn warning, right? And then here we will just say view more. Okay. So that's basically the structure we just created now is for one particular card. So basically one card like that. So before we continue adding the other columns with the card content, let's just first see if this is showing anything. So here I'm going to come here and then I'm going to refresh. Okay, so it is displaying, as you can see there. So this is basically how we're going to structure our cards. Obviously, like I said, we will change this when we start working on the back end with Laravel. So now what I need to do is copy the cards. I want to create some space basically between this title here and the card itself. So I'll do that first, and then we're going to copy two more cards to display here. So for that, let's first go here, and then let's just give it a margin bottom of 3. And then what we need to do is, if you followed along, what we need to do is copy from where it says column over here to where it says end of column over here. So let's do that. And then we're gonna paste it 2 more times. So I'm gonna paste it. That's the second one, and then that's the third one. All right, and then all we have to do now, since remember this is blog image 1. In fact, let me change the header as well and say blog content header 1, and then blog content on the second one. We're gonna say blog head content header 2. Sorry, no, this one is 2 because this first one is the first one, and then the second one we're gonna say 2, and then the third one we will say 3, and then change the image from as you see there, I've named them image 1, 2, 3, 4 going forward. So for them, so remember the first one is image 1, so the second one will be image 2, and then the third one will be image 3, so that we can differentiate between the 3. All right, so I'm gonna refresh. All right, there you have it. So now we have our blog content showing here. So once we get to working with Laravel, we will be dynamically injecting all of this content using Laravel. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, the card has a border, but we can leave it there for now. I don't think we need to change anything. So let's see, what else can we add? All right, so the next one is gonna be adding this, but I think we should do this within a different video. So this one, as it is, it's already long enough. So I think let's touch on the contact form in the next video, and then end the video here for what we had to do within this current project. So yeah, I think that's it for now, guys. We will be checking the contact form in the next video. Okay, guys, so that's it for the video. If you've liked what you've seen so far, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys within the next video. Cheers for now.